Hi, I'm Annie Botticelli, and this is the Storyteller Forecast for Virgo for November 2016. Go to my website, anniehelpsyou.com, see what's new on my blog, and if you would love to be a coach as your profession, then check out my new program, my coach certification course that will be enrolling soon. So what's going on in November? This is the best month of the year for everything. This is one of the months that we've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this. There were some great launch times starting from September 26th into October, but November is the month that is most clear of negative and challenging energies, is the only month that doesn't have any days that are entrenched in personal planets being retrograde. And you're not going to have an opportunity like this for launching, moving forward, making big decisions until the summer of 2017. There might be some little pockets to sneak some things in, like at the end of January into February, but we've got Venus retrograde at the beginning of next year and Mercury retrograde kind of coinciding. And when Venus is in retrograde, we're not seeing clearly about our romantic situations, anything with love, beauty, money. We're not seeing clearly, and it's not the best time to instigate or try to move things forward. It's a time to go backwards. So if you are close to launching, light a fire under your butt. Especially if you're listening to this early, you have all of October. I always send these out at least a month early for the purpose of your preparation. Getting everything ready to have your ducks in a row to push things forward. This is an amazing month full of lots of opportunities. So I'll go into some more of the general opportunities and what you can expect and the good days and the places to look out for some challenges. But I want to talk first about some places specific where Virgo can expect to see some kisses from the universe. The earlier placements, well, actually, let's start out with the things that all Virgo placements can look for. There's lots of blessings coming in the third and fourth houses. The third house has to do with your communication, including devices. This is one of the best months of the whole year to buy a new device, upgrade a device, get a better service, and also to learn how to use the device that you have. Taking classes, sometimes libraries have free classes on your devices or very inexpensive classes, how you can maximize your use of your devices and expand your communication on any level, doing anything. This is also the house of transportation, so there has not been as good a month for buying a car. This is an amazing time for buying a bike, a car, a plane, whatever, amping up your transportation sector. You might have some opportunities for short distance travel that come from this energy in the third house. There also might be some long distance opportunities that come from the new moon in Sag and all the Sag energy. But specific for Virgo, your third house is really well lit up, no matter what placement of Virgo you have. So lots of busyness, lots of action, lots of activities. Definitely want to get that Christmas shopping in this month. I'll talk more about that later. And also, this could have to do with your relatives, not your kids or parents, but all your other relatives, opportunities with them or interactions with them, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, grandparents. There are also beautiful opportunities for all Virgo placements in the fourth house. And the fourth house is the house of home and family, also real estate. If you have a house that you want to sell, you might have good luck here. If you don't know about St. Joseph, you can get a St. Joseph statue at a church store, or you can find a little packet, a kit online. The St. Joseph can help you. He's the patron saint of real estate. So if you're trying to sell your house, you can do the whole thing with St. Joseph. You can look this up online. I had a real estate business for 10 years and I sold a lot of houses, and all the houses I sold, I buried St. Joseph in there. And I never had a house on the market for more than like 3 or 4 months. So in any case, maybe it has to do with St. Joseph, I'm just saying. So this real estate home family sector will receive beautiful smooches from the universe, and that could be home harmony, home improvements, home expansion, new home, anything having to do with home and family. Now, the earlier degree placements, so basically the let's see, August born or 0 to 9 degrees if you're watching for your rising sign. You'll also have significant activity in your fifth house, which is your house of fun and romance and pleasure and hobbies and children. So if you're looking to have a baby, this is an amazing type of energy here. If you're not looking to have a baby, look out because it makes you more fertile. And anything having to do with a baby, whether it's a project or a human, you know, something that you're trying to birth, comes in this house. So you could just also be super creative if you're an artist, or if you use creativity in your work. Actors, people who sing, play instruments, athletes. This is amazing energy for all of you. The later degree placements, or a lot of the middle and later degree placements, so basically the September born Virgos, or like 10 to 29 degrees if you're watching for your rising sign, you'll have more energy in the second house. The second house has to do with your money, your finances, your individual self-sufficiency on all levels, the things that you value. It could be expensive personal items. It could be the quest for sustainability, where you minimize your needs and maximize your life experience because you're not wrapped up in material things. This is going to be strongly aspected, and little smooches are going to come for you in this place from the universe with the way the planets are lining up. November is a very exciting month. I'm calling the theme of November for all signs advancement and ascension. There are lots of planetary energies moving through the sign of Sagittarius, and when this happens, there's an overall optimistic, awesome vibe that's lighthearted, it's fun, it's easygoing. It can be very productive as well, but it can be a little bit dizzying because it moves in a spiral, so it's kind of all over the place. So there's lots of expansion and fun to be had this month, and you'll feel the mood be quite elevated, especially compared to the recent months of eclipses and retrogrades. Speaking of retrogrades, November is the only month in all of 2016 where we don't have any days in the whole month in a personal planet retrograde, or a shadow period of a personal planet retrograde. So we had some really good launch dates in October, but we've got even more awesome launch dates in November. Almost every day in the first week is amazing for anything that you want to do. Launches, good times, plans, outings, just overall good vibes. Almost every day of the first week has amazing transits. The 15th, the 19th, the 22nd, the 23rd, the 26th, the 29th. And you can feel these energies often in the days before and the days after. So the month is just completely full of amazing opportunities. When you sign up for my free email newsletter on my website, anniehelpsyou.com, you will get a written version of the good dates, the challenging dates, the overview of the month, every month, a month early, the same way that I do the horoscopes early. So, and you get other gifts for signing up too. So if you want more information or seeing in a written form the energies that are coming up, then definitely go to my website and do that. So Mars is also wrapping up its movement through Capricorn. Mars visits a sign every 2-ish years. So whenever it's bringing its movement and activity to a sign, we have a lot of opportunities to move forward in our lives. Mars is like the border collie of the zodiac. If you've ever been around border collies, I always have had border collies my whole life, and they're busy. They're all over the place. And they can make you crazy, right? Because it's just such active energy, and they're strong and fast, and that's the energy wherever Mars is in your chart and in the sign that it's in. So when Mars is in Capricorn, which it is for the first week of November, that's the end of its cycle there, you have amazing opportunities to wrap up business-related things, work, career, life purpose, things involving establishing your authority, things involving authority figures, anything having to do with father or father figures, or people who have played that role to you. As Mars moves into Aquarius, we've got a couple of months of movement along the fronts of everything Aquarian, including all internet-based projects, humanitarian efforts, anything involving groups or teams or leading groups or working with teams or large organizations or humanitarian efforts or friendships or social media. So you've got a lot of opportunity with Mars, especially for things along these lines. There are a couple of spots in the month that are a little bit, I call it dicey, which means that the energies are a little bit challenging. I always think that the challenges give us more opportunities to advance and ascend, so I have an optimistic way of looking even at the challenges. So on the days leading up to that 5th supermoon at 22 degrees of Taurus on November 14th, there could be some emotions. Full moons bring emotions. And speaking of dogs, full moons always remind me of how dogs shake off after they get wet, because emotional energy is represented by water energy. And so at the full moon, any energies that we have in our field that haven't been shaken off tend to get shaken off in the form of some sort of little drama, some sort of little upset, coming to fruition, coming to completion. Sometimes it's a really wonderful thing and there are tears of joy, but sometimes it's just stressful. So I often feel the full moon like 48 hours before it actually happens. That's why I say the days leading up to November 14th. Then by the time the full moon comes, I'm good. I'm done with my moment or whatever. So the fact that this is a supermoon, which means that the moon is actually closer to the earth, you can see it. It looks huge. It also increases the gravitational pull and effects on the earth. So anything involving water, like water coming where it shouldn't be, emotions coming where they shouldn't be, excess emotions, can definitely come up. There could be something around the energies of Taurus where it has to do with money or how you make money, your income, something of value, and figuring out things of values, just your values in general. Another very notable transit is a square between Jupiter and Pluto. Whenever we have an aspect between outer planets, which are the ones that take longer to move around, these times of coming together last longer. And so this first Jupiter-Pluto square is happening on November 24th, Thanksgiving. So that could bring some conflicts for people in the United States around our holiday, our Thanksgiving holiday. So look out for that. But this is the first of 3 squares. The second one is March 30th of 2017, and the last one is August 14th of 2017. So from November through August, there's a theme of Jupiter and Pluto coming together in a challenging aspect. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. It wants to expand and go broad. Pluto rules Scorpio, and it wants to contract in and go deep and get really focused and really deep. So when these energies that are kind of, they seem they're actually opposite, come together, it stops you from going too deep or too broad. But I see this as a positive thing because either of those energies in excess have their limitations. So I think that you can get the best of whatever you're working on by not letting your Jupiterian expansion get too big, too fast before you can manage it, and Pluto kind of keeping it in check, and not letting you go down into an abyss that Pluto tends to go down into too deep because Jupiter buoys it up. So you'll see this energy of kind of antagonistic forces at play throughout this time. And I'm calling it a little bit of a buzzkill energy because compared to the rest of the vibes of the month, it's a little bit annoying, but see it for what you can do with it. The last little touchy spot is on the last day of the month, which is November 30th. And that's when there's a challenging aspect with Neptune. So deception, self-esteem pings, confusion, insecurity can come up at that time. But don't let these things daunt you because the rest of the month is so amazing that it's like you can't let anything get you down. So if you would like to sign up for my free email newsletter, definitely go to my website, anniehelpsyou.com. Definitely check out what's new on my blog. I have new things up there every month, and plus old stuff you can check out. And if you're interested in becoming a life coach, a business coach, I have a coach certification and online business training course that is enrolling in January, and you can get first dibs at the open slots if you email me on my website. Also, starting enrollment in January will be my astrology apprenticeship program and my creating successful online business program, which is part of the life coach program, but I also offer it separately. So I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.